Hi, I'm Paul from antivirusforyou.com and I'm here to review Kaspersky Internet Security 2018. The first thing we're going to cover is the scanning feature set. It's pretty straightforward. You can do a full scan that Kaspersky recommends you do immediately after installing the antivirus solution to make sure you're safe, essentially. Or you can do a quick scan and a selective scan of either your internal storage, so that's hard drives in your computer, or external storage devices such as flash drives or external HDDs. There's also a task manager that will show currently running and past scans with detailed reports. Scheduling scans is also possible. Next up we have update features, which are one of the most important features in any antivirus solution. It's really simple, just as it should be. You can see when the last update occurred, and you can also control how the updating will be handled. How often will the application check for updates, and whether it should check the official servers or some other local source in case you're running your copy of Kaspersky on an offline machine. Another great feature Kaspersky Internet Security provides is called Safe Money. Safe Money protects you from people with the malicious intents of stealing your credit card data. When needed, a special protected window of the web browser will be opened that will actually glow green, so you can be sure you are safe. Kaspersky provides a simple explanation right in the application, but we're not gonna read that right now. So, in order to use Safe Money, all you have to do is add the websites that you will use your credit card information on. I'm going to add paypal.com, and then specify whether the website should always be opened in this Safe Money mode, or should the antivirus ask you every time this website is opened. That's what I'm going to select this time. So here I am in Google Chrome with a test email I sent to myself to test these features. I'm opening the link to paypal.com. A page opens asking me how I want to deal with this situation. I choose to open PayPal in the protected browser right now. And here we go. Continuing to the privacy section of the antivirus, we can see webcam protection with a short explanation of how the feature works. Essentially, if an unknown application tries to access your webcam, Kaspersky notifies you and asks whether or not you want to allow or block it. You can also block access to the webcam for specific applications. Then we can see something called private browsing turned on. And essentially, when you browse the internet, Kaspersky checks whether or not the websites you visit try to collect data about you. And if you would prefer that to not happen, you can prevent that. Of course, I have to mention that most websites nowadays do that, mostly to improve your experience. For example, Google can learn your interests to go around search engine ambiguity so that you will find what you need faster and more efficiently. But not everybody likes that, so that's what the private browsing feature is for. In the settings screen for this feature, you can see various adjustments you can make, like allowing data collection on websites which functionality depends on it, and which will not be able to function without it. It's pretty useful. Continuing on. In the parental control section, first you're asked to create a master password for controlling the PC usage. Then you can create rules for specific users on your PC. I only have one user created on this computer, so I'm going to look at some rules I can create for it. I can block access to the computer on specific weekdays and weekends, or specify whether or not the computer should lock so that the user will be forced to make breaks from using the machine. I can also use a more detailed screen for blocking the access at specific times on specific days. Further on, I can block video games based on their content. As you can see here, there are specific age restrictions specified by the United States Entertainment Software Rating Board, or ESRB for short. I can also block by category, like explicit language usage, again specified by the ESRB. Or I can just block specific applications. I only have Google Chrome installed currently, so this screen is pretty empty, but the feature is really useful nonetheless. Restricting access to the internet is also possible, enabling safe searching to make sure your kids don't accidentally stumble on anything traumatizing, and also file downloading blocking features. There are also social network blocking features included in this package. Next on, clicking on more tools, we can see a status control kind of section here, where we can see the computer's performance information and an overview of the software's function in the recent days. Software Updater looks at the applications you have installed on your computer and checks whether or not they need updating. Here it says all my applications are up to date. Pretty useful. Then, Software Cleaner is great for machines that have been in use for a long time, and probably have seen a lot of applications installed and removed. The problem with software installers and uninstallers is that they can sometimes leave residual data behind, or sometimes refuse to be removed at all. That's where the Software Cleaner comes in. It checks whether or not your PC is clear of incorrectly installed applications and fixes it if necessary. The Trusted Applications mode allows only applications known and trusted by Kaspersky to run. Great for minimalistic computer setups. Continuing on, Safe Data Transfer makes sure that the network you are connected to is secure and data transfer is done securely too. The Quarantine section shows backup copies of files that have been deleted or modified by the antivirus. Most of the time, it's files that were actually infected. As you can see here, I have no files in the Quarantine because this is a completely clean system. Moving on, the Vulnerability Scan looks at your system and checks for possible vulnerabilities or entry points that can be used with malicious intents and makes sure they are secured. The Browser Configuration Wizard looks at your browser settings and does a similar analysis, but for your browser. The Privacy Cleaner looks at your recent activities and clears them because sometimes Windows keeps track of your files for your convenience. Great for people making surprise plans for a family member. The Kaspersky Rescue Disk feature is an option that makes a sort of backup plan disk that you use in case your PC is infected in such a way where booting to Windows and checking with the antivirus is made impossible. An extremely useful feature for extreme cases. And with that, we're out of time. Overall, I think Kaspersky Internet Security 2018 is an extremely versatile antivirus tool with a big focus on user control. But I can recommend it to both security enthusiasts and simple family households. This has been Paul for antivirusforyou.com. Goodbye.